Tuatahira ngā mihi nui ki a koe kei taku rangatira. Nau I whai wā mai te kōrero ki au I tēnei ahi nei. Tuatahira, he nui ngā mahi wahipa I roto I ngā haora rua te kaumawha. We've heard that the Bay of Plenty region has had an increase of COVID-19 cases, and specifically here in Tauranga at our own Hohipera. Kiriama, can you just expand on what we know about the situation at the moment?
O I te tuatahi, ngā mihi ki a koe, ngā mihi ki o mātou nei whanaunga, ki a rātou I pāngia I tēnei huakito, ka nui te aroha ki a rātou I tēnei āmai mai, I tēnei āwangawanga. So, correct, in the last 24 hours we've had some clarity, which is in Te Whare Mai Angi, which is the acute mental health inpatient ward here in Tauranga Moana at Tauranga Hospital. We have 3 positive COVID-19 cases, 2 are kaimahi and 1 is a patient. Alongside them, of course, a number of people who are in close contact with both the kaimahi and the patients, and then they, of course, all have their own bubbles. So there is a significant amount of contact tracing going on at the moment, connecting all of those people. Obviously, there's our mental health workforce, but also that includes cleaners, the police, and a variety of other people who move through that space. So Te Toi Te Ora, which is our public health organisation, doing the contact tracing supported by Māori Health Gains and Development, and we're also providing support particularly to our Māori staff who are affected or concerned at this time.
And of course, your position with the Māori Health Gains and Development team is Pou Tīkanga. You also wear a couple of other pōtai, as we do as Māori.
Aye.
What's the most important thing when we look at a kaupapa Māori approach in a situation like this?
Oh, well, kia mātou nei, ko te manaakitanga, ko te whanaungatanga. So even at a distance, even in the situation of lockdown, those two uara, two values for us as Māori are essential to what we try and do in a kaupapa Māori approach. So our focus has been not just connecting with the people who are affected, but also recognising that their workmates are part of their whānau, and that wider whānau, both here in Tauranga Moana, but also throughout the region, want to know what's happening, how they can support and what they can do. And it even goes wider than that. So many of our iwi who have found out about these cases have been distressed because of their close connection with the ward and with the kaimahi who work there. So I think manaakitanga means that we wrap around people who are affected, we wrap around their whānau, and whanaungatanga means that we're open in our communication and talking to all of those who want to know about what's going on.
Of course, we know that if people are feeling unwell, they are to call the helpline.
Correct. Yes.
Or or their own doctor.
Yes. Yes, correct. So if our whānau are feeling unwell, then they can, of course, call Healthline or call into their GP. But also you will be aware from the weekend that the case definition has again changed for assessment and testing. And so we're actually encouraging anyone who has any of the broad range of symptoms, shortness of breath, sore throat, anything respiratory, loss of smell or a sense of taste, a whole variety of things, should actually go and be tested at one of our fixed site CBACs, or if they have the opportunity in their community, go to one of our mobile CBACs. And the reason we're doing that is, and as we move from alert level 4 into alert level 3, then the broader testing is part of ensuring that we are able to eliminate and then the impact of COVID-19 in our communities.
Just in terms of our mobile, our kaupapa Māori mobile units, we've spoken about these earlier, and I think we've had them out at Te Puna this week. Yes?
Yes, we did. Yeah, so they were out in Maramatanga Park. We've also had them through Huria, and in the week ahead, they'll also be moving in other parts of Tauranga Moana, including Maryvale and out to Manaweka Road. And our kaupapa Māori mobile units are obviously supported by those who run them. For example, Manawa Ora, the Centre for Health, Pou Tīkanga Trust, but also a broad range of kaupapa Māori providers, for example, Ngā Matapuna Oranga, and other kaupapa Māori providers like Ngā Kākano are also involved.
And I think one of the things that has been evident is that they are places where our whānau can feel safe and can feel welcomed.
Yes, yeah, they've got kind of three functions. So there's obviously COVID-19 assessment. So if you're concerned, you can go there and have an assessment. But also they provide access to whānau order services and access to primary health care as well. And those functions together are really important for our whānau because they live often in large whānau units. There's a lot going on for them. The lockdown might have been particularly challenging, and so being able to go to a one-stop shop and get support's a really key part of what we're trying to provide through those.
Mm-hmm. So just in terms of our whānau and thinking about how we're moving into alert level 3 from alert level 4, what's your advice or hea tahi kupu āwhina aki hoki ia rātou?
Look, I think that as people should be well aware by now from the media, moving from alert level 4 into alert level 3 does bring more possibilities to, for example, if people are part of or running businesses and they can do that safely rather than just essential services, and that's opportunity will be there. And this week, so I imagine a lot of our whānau will be getting their businesses ready, up and running for the week ahead. What that means is that for children of essential workers, they'll also be able to get back to kura and to schools. The situation for early childhood and kohanga reo, I think, will be, kei a rātou te mana for that decision. And also, of course, what that means is we as a community will be able to support small businesses. So, for example, if you can do non-contact kai, then go to get takeaways. If you need to buy things on retail and it can be done online, you'll be able to do that. So all of that's, new opportunities after 5 weeks of restrictions. But actually, other than that, a lot remains the same, which is that we restrict non-essential travel. So not going out for a tiki tour just because we feel like it, that we do pakari tinana and in our communities, but close to home, rather than going for long distances. Still can't get out on the boat to go fishing, which is a bit of a tragedy, but I'm sure that will come in time. And we can extend our bubbles a little bit. It doesn't mean an extension of a bubble from 5 to 10 people to 60 people. It means that we can include our kuia, our karaua, and our bubble. If we haven't been able to do that, we can extend to the vulnerable, but we need to protect them as well. So ensure that not too many people are going into their bubble, because COVID-19 is still in our communities. We've made great progress, but we need to ensure that we're being sensible and sticking to those golden rules as they're being talked about.
Kia ora anō, thank you very much for your time and speaking to us. I'm sure we'll hear from you again next week or in the next couple of weeks. Nā reira, kei taku rangatira, kei taku whanau ngā mihi nui kia koe, koutou ko tō whānau, koutou ko ngā kaimahi o te DHB.
Well, mā mātou te whiwhi ki te awhi atu ki tēnei hāpori o Tauranga Moana ki o mātou nei whanaunga o Ngāti Ranginui, Ngāti Rangi, Ngāti Pūkanga, tēnā koutou katoa.